I'm sitting in the back of my English class, bored out of my mind, and anxiously thinking about the interview I have in 60 minutes. I had been looking for a job for so long because my car wouldn't pass smog, so I would need to save up money for a catalytic converter. I was hunting jobs left and right, and no one would reply to me until finally Olive Garden decides to reply to me. But Olive Garden wasn't in my city. It wasn't a 10-minute drive. I would have to get on the freeway and go to the next city just to go for the interview and work there. So when I get this job interview, I'm all ecstatic, I'm all hype, telling all my friends like, bro, I'm gonna work at Olive Garden, guys. I'm gonna like finally get paid, and I'll get my first taste of money, because this would have been my second job, and I had gone a year without seeing any money. So any money I got, I was gonna be happy. But this job interview would be right in the middle of sixth period. So I needed to devise a plan to get out of my sixth period. So I thought to myself, do I either A, just skip, not go, B, say I'm using the bathroom and just bounce, or C, use my power with the higher ups? Now, I automatically knew if I did the first and the second option, I would get a cut and my parents would be called, so that was not a viable option. So I'd have to use my powers working as a teacher's assistant, because I helped the office ladies move around boxes, and during the time I'd be doing that, I would be making some small talk, be talking about life in general with them, and they really liked me. One person that really liked me was the dude who was in charge of pulling people out of the classroom to get them in trouble. So me and him were tight. So when I finally got that job interview scheduled at Olive Garden, I was gonna pitch it to him. But I had to make sure that he would say yes, so I made an irresistible deal. I basically told him that if you pull me out of classroom during sixth period and I actually get the job, you can come through and I'll hook you up. Immediately we dab each other up. He's like, bet, got you. So here I am sitting in sixth period. It's been 15 minutes since the bell rang, and I'm just anxiously waiting for my boy to call me out so I can go to the interview. The teacher's doing this presentation, and right as he's about to call my name from the sticks, he gets a phone call. So he goes, picks it up. Then that's when he tells me that I have to leave. But I already knew. I already had the plan all devised before I even walked in there. So I get up ecstatically, acting all scared as if I had done something bad, but in reality, I had a job interview to go through. This day was absolutely rainy and absolutely windy. So I had to be careful on the road as I maneuvered all the way to the highway and got onto the freeway, and I started hitting the gas to the pedal. I'm maybe 10 minutes away from Olive Garden when all of a sudden the hood of my car comes flying off and smacks my windshield, and I can't see anything that's in front of me. Now, if you want my personal help overcoming your fears of talking to girls so you can get inconsistent dates, I want you to click that first link in the description. But as soon as this hood comes up, I'm scrambling since I can't see in front of me, but I know there's no one in front of me because just 10 seconds before my hood came off, there was no one. I was cooled off that, but I still can't see, so I slam on the brakes and my hood comes slowly back off. But since it's windy and it's rainy, the wind just pushes back forward, so it smacks my windshield one more time. And this time, it almost cracks. There's two big cracks on the top right of my car to this day. But when my hood came up, there was this little opening in the middle. So I slowly looked through there and I pulled all the way to the emergency lane. And I just stopped my car and trying to reassess what exactly I'm gonna do. I was 10 minutes away from Olive Garden. It's rainy, it's windy, it's cold. I'm wearing some nice clothes that make me look all professional. And here I am with my car that I can't even drive on the freeway because every time I go past 20 miles an hour, the hood just comes off again. If I didn't get this job, I wouldn't be able to renew my tags since I needed to pass smog, but the car wouldn't pass smog. So I ride the emergency lane all the way to Olive Garden. My hood is just bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up, flying that way, and then I brake it, it goes down. I speed up, it goes up, then it goes down. So people are honking at me, people are wondering what I'm driving, and it literally was just like the movies. Until I eventually get to Olive Garden, I parked my car, and I had made it maybe 2 minutes before my interview started. I walk in there absolutely anxious. I'm shaking because of what I had just encountered, but the hostess tells me to take a seat and she grabs me water. I wait there for 5 to 6 minutes, and I'm really thankful that it did take this long because I was just processing what had just gone through. So it had lowered my nerves. I wasn't shaking. I just internalized that, all right, well, I'm gonna need a new hood and I'm gonna need a new catalytic converter. So the pressure was really on for me to get this job. After 10 minutes goes by, this 5'5" dude with pink hair comes out, shakes my hand, and we start the interview process. In my opinion, I aced that interview, and I go back to sitting in my car when this realization hits me that I almost just died right then and there going to this interview. If that windshield genuinely flew off and it cracked my windshield, I would have basically not been here right now, because that's a sharp piece of metal and it would have just came right to me. Now the windshield line would have protected me, but if a little fraction of that broke and it just came hurling towards me, it would have hit me right in the upper part or even in the neck, and I would have been gone. As I'm sitting there waiting for my brother to come so he can grab zip ties to zip tie the hood down, I just realized that I almost just died in that moment. Every time that I talk to a girl, every time I get rejected, every time I approach a girl, I think to myself, well, you're still alive, you're not dead, so it doesn't hurt that she just rejected you. It doesn't hurt that she just said no. It's not like I had just gotten my hood came off. It's not like I had just had a near-death experience. No, I had just got rejected. And every time I do get rejected, I just think of that moment and sitting in that cold cabin of the car with my heart beating, and I'm just waiting for my brother to come. I can't help but to remember just how sad and just pitiful I felt knowing what my life had came to, where my car was literally acting up. So every time I do get rejected, I just remember that thought and remember that at least I am not sitting in that parking lot of an Olive Garden with anxiety coursing through my veins and just having a near-death experience. But anyways, if you want my personal help overcoming your fears of talking to girls so you start getting in potential dates without running around the malls, cold approaching, and just having this unnatural energy to whenever you talk to a girl, since all you're trying to do is just hunt for them. If you don't want to do any of that and you want a more natural, authentic way where you just live your life and talk to the girls around you, I want you to click that first link in the description, because implementing this and not running on the malls, cold approaching, or trying some pickup lines hasn't really worked for me, and it won't work for you as well. But improving my social skills and just being the person that talks to everyone finally helped me overcome my fears of talking to girls, and I started getting in dates. But if you want my help in that, I want you to click that first link in the description so I can personally help you one-on-one. Anyways, catch you later.